What is Bitcoin backed by? Go ahead.
The common answer for what backs the US dollar is either the US military or petrodollar. That's another common answer. So you're right, the US dollar isn't really backed by anything other than confidence in the United States. Pretty much every currency in the world is backed by the confidence in that country. And the United States still has the most global trust. And that is why the United States is the world reserve currency. If the majority of the world suddenly trusts the Chinese more than the United States, then the Chinese yuan and the Chinese currency will become the world reserve currency. Same thing with the Russian ruble. It doesn't matter if Russia backs its ruble by gold, which they've actually sort of done. The ruble is not going to be the world reserve currency because you have to trust Russia to give you the gold that backs the ruble. And if the world doesn't trust Russia to do that, why would the Russian ruble ever be the world reserve currency? Bitcoin works the same way. Bitcoin works on this trust in the Bitcoin network, but the best term is it's trustless trust because no one controls Bitcoin. So you have to trust the fact that Bitcoin is decentralized. And there are three things that make Bitcoin decentralized to give people trust that Bitcoin is here to stay and will continue to do what it does. One of them is the mining network. Bitcoin burns a lot of electricity. It's not even a lot of electricity. It's a lot of electricity for some. But this is an absolutely critical feature. This is the innovation that Satoshi discovered to create this immutable transactions of a digital scarcity token with the burning of electricity. So you have to exert work to get something like Bitcoin out. So this global network of mining with these computers burning electricity to secure Bitcoin. That's 1/3 of Bitcoin's decentralization. The other third is the smart developers that are writing this code to prevent this code from being hacked, from being exploited. And this is the code that those miners run. This is the code that makes sure there's only 21 million Bitcoin. This is the code that makes sure that these transactions you can't double spend, you can't create extra Bitcoin. And the third part of this decentralization is a free way for a person to validate their own transactions. Anyone can run a node. Running a node is important. You are able to keep the history of every single Bitcoin transaction that has ever taken place in its history in your own laptop. It does not take up a lot of space, and you can use this node to validate your own transactions. It's kind of like walking around with your own money counterfeit identifying machine. When someone hands you a $100 bill, you trust that that $100 bill is real. But with Bitcoin, you don't have to trust that the person is handing you a real $100 bill. Your own node can verify this. And people that run these nodes, and there is 10 to 100,000 of these people around the world, and anybody can do it. It just takes a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of effort. It costs very little money, just a few $100s. And you can now be part of keeping Bitcoin decentralized to make sure nobody cheats. And these three things create confidence that Bitcoin transactions will always go through. Bitcoin network doesn't go down. And as this confidence grows, more and more people will use Bitcoin. The same way no one was ready to quit their job in 1995 and trust the internet with their business.
Yeah, I love coming to BitBlockBoom because it's like Mecca for Bitcoiners. Like everybody here is like part of the hardcore like inner sanctum. You just have these conversations with everybody where like you can see it in their eyes that they believe the same things that you believe.
You come to BitBlockBoom once, you're going to come every year.